don't know if I like the setup. I don't think I do. Sheesh. Just trying to get a freaking thing started here. Welcome into Peace in the Meadow. Today is, hey Michelle, episode 14. Jeez. Today is episode 14 of the alignment series, and we are discussing consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness, and what they all mean. Yes, Michelle, would you come up in the panel and hold space so that I can share this out to my, hey, hi, hello. That's Angel's greeting. Aw, that's cute. I love it. Hi, guys, come on in. Speaking of Angel, I haven't talked to her since this morning. She's okay. But yes, we're just now beginning the show. Hey, time traveler, how you doing, bud? We are going to be discussing consciousness and unconsciousness today, and I'm pretty excited. But I'm just now opening, so I'm trying to share it out if it'll freaking let me. My phone is driving me crazy, and I don't think I like this setup. I don't think that's going to transfer well onto YouTube. I don't know. But hi, how's Michelle while I'm still sharing this out on the Tiki-Talkie?
I'm okay.
Oh, babe, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
Awesome. I am so lost as where I left off. Okay.
I don't remember sending a friendship necklace, but apparently I did. That's amazing.
Do what now?
Apparently I sent you a friendship necklace.
Well, thank you.
I don't remember doing it.
I don't have any money to give anybody today because TikTok changed it to Wednesday, or from Wednesday paydays to Monday paydays. So now I'm getting paid before my live, and so whatever I had, from the last live is still sitting there because I don't really go to anybody else's lives anymore.
Are you talking about the coins? The coins?
Yeah, the coins. So if I don't spend them in,
go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just say I've seen people where they have like over 1,000 or a couple thousand. Yeah. So.
The only time I've ever seen that on my own has been whenever it was my birthday last year. Not this past birthday, but damn it, but the one before that. Alien T pulled me up on his panel at right at midnight. He was doing one-on-ones that day, and hey Melissa, how you doing, babe? And so yeah, that's the only time I've ever seen it go over 1,000. But yeah, I've seen people do that, man. And I can't wrap my head around that, to be honest with you, because look, damn it, stop. Because what was I saying? Damn, I can't even think now. Sheesh, I give up. I can't even think. I can't hold a daggone whole sentence today. Don't know you, bye. Duchess of Wisdom, how you doing, boo? But yeah, give me just a minute to get this shared out. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. TikTok likes to take like 70% of my earnings, so I don't even see the point in it. You know what I mean? But I do. When I have the money to gift, I do gift everybody on my panel. I just don't have it today because they sent it to me. A little $4. Finally made it. Really good evening. Yay, you made it on time, Melissa. Heck yeah. All right. So Michelle's gonna hold space for me while I send this out on my text messages, and so it's gonna teacup me for just a second, and I'll be right back. And as soon as I get back, we will go ahead and start. If anybody else wants to come up on the panel, you're more than welcome to. And do please share this out like a crazy person. Like share it out till your finger breaks. Don't do that. All right. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, I don't know if I like this. I wonder how to fix it back. There's something I could do at the beginning, but I don't know where the hell it was. I don't know. Maybe in settings? Reviews, comment, live recordings, moderators, mute accounts, blocked accounts. Nope, that's not it. Looks odd. I know it does, doesn't it? I don't like it. I'm trying to fix it, but I don't know if I can. I don't know. Okay, that's still the same. Okay, well, fuck. Maybe this. Nope. Oh, wait, maybe. So they moved everything. Kids, do you know where the freaking, I can't think. No, that's not what I want. Do you know how to change the board around? Well, that's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. Create new board. No. Okay, I don't want to do that. That's not helpful. Get in. Tell me you know how to fix this shit. Click on someone's profile, then hit expand. That's not what I mean. Not that. I meant like to change the boxes around. Oh wait, I may have found it. Maybe. Dude, there's a group date in here. Dude, that's what we need to do one of these days. No, we're not going to be doing that. Let's see if this one does. Oh, cool. I found it. Yeah, I like that. I guess we'll try this way. Oh, shit. Yay! Beam you up, Scotty. Hey, Tanya. Hi, Gideon. How you guys doing?
Marvelous, darling. Marvelous.
Marvelous. Can you guys hang on for just... My eyes were red because I've had an emotional day. Can you guys hang on for just a second because I need Tanya to do something for me before we get started on our material. Hey, Miss Bouncer. Oh, shoot. I forgot to add you in the list. My bad. I'm glad you're here, though. Let me do the Palo Santo because we're just now opening. Even with my eyes all bloodshot from having a bad day, I still look good as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Y'all, and I totally love this new dress. It's a little strap, though.
You
so
fact.
I'm always so fashionable. I'm a fashionista in my greens.
Oh my. The little green.
Hey, Sheila's World. What's going on, brother? Sister, sorry. I don't know. I think you're my brother. Honestly, don't know. I have no idea if you're a male or a female. You're one of the very few on this entire app that I can't tell before I see a picture or hear a voice. Pretty cray, right? All right, real fast. Even though this is gonna... Just get back on here because, of course, the volume button's got to be in a weird damn spot. Boo. Can you talk us to her? Can you talk us to Tanya? You see her right ear? She's been holding it funny all day and scratching at it. She won't let me look at it. And she's been chewing the fuck out of a cardboard box today. She's chewed them up before, but she's never like, not to this extent. Like she got inside it and was chewing all the edges and stuff.
Okay.
Hey, Tanya.
Okay. Hey, Mama.
Tanya.
Hey,
Goodness.
her eye even looks a little bit different on that side, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my friends said she looked like she was getting a cataract in her right eye. Or her left eye, I'm not sure. Hi, you give me kisses. How you give Mama kisses? You say hi, Tanya.
What's going on with your ear, Mama?
Well, here lately, her and Squirt been insisting on going outside in the backyard. And now they're both scratching like crazy, so I think they got fleas, so I got to bathe her, and I don't want to do that. But she's also, look how plump she's gotten. And that's just over the last week. Oh, thank you, Tanya Lynn. Appreciate it. Love my sister. Give me hard-ons. Before we get into the material, I was just checking on Loki.
I can tell it's itching.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely don't want you to touch it. She definitely don't want you to touch it. Girl,
Oh, I know. I tried to hold her down earlier. She was not about that life.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Can you say hi, Tanya? Hey, Cream. Come on in, bud. Come on, you can tell her. Tell Tanya what's wrong. Oh, no, tell Tanya what's wrong with your ear. What's your opinions?
Ears, honey.
Do what?
Have you checked the other one's ears? Ears?
Yeah, she seems fine.
She's fine. Okay. And she won't let you look in it. Of course not.
Mm-mm. See, look.
Yeah, she's got to have it checked out, though. She's definitely got something going on.
I can't afford. That's something else. Like, because I asked my AI, hey, Cream, how you doing, bud? I asked my AI why she'd be chewing up a box like that. And he said something about Pica, P-I-C-A, or P-I-K-I-K-A, I can't remember. But anyway, it was suggesting that I needed to go to the vet. And I was like, dude, 3 problems. A, I don't know any vets around here. B, I don't have a car. And 3, I can't even pay my fucking electric bill this week. I can't even buy myself groceries. I had to give up a part of my electric bill to buy her cat food, and I haven't even got to the store yet. Oh, and then I'm pretty sure my phone bill goes out this week too. So we may not have a live next week, even though next week's live is going to be fucking awesome too. So got multiple problems there. So I can, vets nowadays, it's $300 just to walk in the door.
I know, bro. I just paid $3,000 to a vet. No kidding.
Oh Jesus, that's a whole car.
They didn't have, but he had a urinary blockage. I've never had a cat have that ever. And like 48 hours, they can be gone. So I did not have a choice. It was like, oh my gosh. But
yeah, that's what I was worried about, because because she's getting up there, dude. She's 15 years old and she's got already all kinds of ailments. So yeah, I'm like, and she's been real weird lately. Like she either wants my attention or she wants to go outside. Which she just lays on the porch. That's all she does. She doesn't even get off the porch. The kitten has the biggest time chasing ants and leaves and puffing up at the other cats on the other side of the fence because she thinks she's big and tough and she ain't yet. But Loki just lays there on the porch. She don't even sniff around. She just wants to lay there.
When it's nice, they can go outside, but then you open up all this other stuff like fleas and mites, and oh my gosh, it can be just so bad. But I know they enjoy it. But some of mine want to go out, and I'm like, you gotta stand. But oh my goodness, yeah, I'm wondering if she don't got mites in it. But that side, even her eye looks funny.
Well, the one's dilated more.
Yeah.
Hey, Diane's brother, what's up, Salvatore? That's been that way since her stroke she had last year when I was at the.
Was the other thing I was wondering is if she had a stroke, because it looks like the one side is different, right? But I wonder if, but she wants you to touch it or look in it.
Well, her eyes, I can't hear my mouth. Her eyes, one is dilated bigger than the other because of the stroke. Hi, see, Michelle, I told you. Michelle came in and she was the first one in the room, and she said that. She said, actually, I think she said, hi, hey, hello. But yeah. And she's drooling real bad, but she's always drooling real bad. But yeah, her eyes been dilated like that ever since her stroke last year. And I'm just been so worried about her.
Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is
she's not
really telling me. She just is like, it's bothering her, and she don't want you to freaking touch it. That's all she's really telling me.
Okay, this is throwing this out there. Now, I remember when I was a kid, if I had an earache or if anybody had any water in their ear or anything like that, Mom would put a cotton ball with alcohol on it and stuff it in her ear. And that would draw out the water or draw out the earache or whatever it was. I can't remember. I was a little kid last time they did it to me because I don't like people touching my fucking ears. Would that work for her at all if I got like a Q-tip with alcohol on it and just like try to get in there real fast?
Ooh, I don't know about
Cat
that.
hair all over my face, ma'am.
I
I would
don't
do.
think I would use alcohol.
I'm gonna tell you.
That
Okay.
I wouldn't use
Not
alcohol. Maybe hydrogen
What should
peroxide.
I do?
You could use hydrogen
Okay,
peroxide.
yeah, okay.
in
I do
peroxide.
have that. I bought a brand new bottle of it. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, she's gonna hate it.
Nope, it would not be okay with me.
And if you can do it a couple times a day, that'd be better. But you know what? Once you get her and just pour some in, even if you can just pour some in there, she's gonna shake it out. So even if you can't get to clean it, it's better
Yeah,
than
I know.
yeah.
Ouch. I can't get up. Help. I was on the floor. Old lady on the floor. Oh, Jesus, fuck. Okay. Oh, dude.
Just want to tell you that you should avoid
I don't know
peroxide.
who
You should
damn
avoid
idea
stuff
that
for
was.
cats.
It's parkour.
What?
What's wrong with your
Oh, yeah.
cat's ear? Is that what
That's funny. She said, me getting up off the floor is like parkour.
What are you
That was
putting?
great. That
What's
was a
wrong
good
with your cat's?
one.
What's wrong with the cat's ear?
I don't know. She just started reacting to it today. She's been holding it funny like this. And
What's the inside of it look like?
she won't. And she's huge. And it's hard to
Does it-
wrestle.
Does it smell or anything?
And I tried. I don't smell anything yet. It just started today.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking
There's
that too,
no
Diana's
like
brother
debris
poured
or like is it red or dischargey?
I can't tell. She won't let me see. Like I tried. I fought her twice and she's bigger than I am. Hi, pretty lady. How you doing? All right, guys. Oh, let me say hi to everybody on the panel. If anybody else would like to join the panel, that's fine. I do want to let those that are new here know that we do have a one mic at a time. Ow! A one mic at a time rule.
To be honest, I wouldn't put
that.
anything in her ear. I would just let it go for a little while, just to see,
Oh,
keep an eye on her.
okay. It just, like it said, it just started today. I don't know you though, Oratinan. I don't let just total strangers up here. But if you want to stay and engage in the comments, by the end of the live, if you request again, and we feel comfortable with you, we will allow you up. And that is only because of the dangers of everything going on. But, and because I get attacked a lot. So what we're doing today is episode number 14 of our alignment series. We're talking about subconsciousness and unconsciousness and consciousness. Could she have a grass seed in her ear? I hadn't thought about that. Could be a seed. I doubt grass though, because there's no grass here. It's more like weeds. But like okay. For instance, look at that, Tanya. Can you see? Oops. She's just sitting there all lethargic like in the middle of the floor. She's been doing that all afternoon. And just spaced out.
Well, maybe there's a gate over there. They can see into the unseen world, so she's guarding something, perhaps.
Well, I mean, I get that, but she looks different when she does that.
But yeah,
Like,
I
that's a completely different look on her face.
definitely would go. Somebody recommended peroxide. I wouldn't do alcohol or peroxide. I would definitely do like a food grade oil, like an olive oil or a baby oil, castor oil. Those will like suffocate, like if there's any parasites in there.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
safer, actually. The other things are not safe here. They're gonna like irritate it. If you can't afford to get anything right now, that's what I would.
Yeah, I can't. I can't afford to get anything. Like, literally, I haven't bought any groceries for myself in 3 or 4 weeks now, and I've just been living off of what was already in the fridge and the pantry. But the majority of all that's left of it now is like the really old and stale stuff. So it is what it is. Yeah, it's because
in a bit
go
of,
ahead.
like I said, after my $3,000 for my cat, oh boy,
Bet.
something.
I bet you that kicked your whole ass.
It kicked my
But
ass.
it did.
I'm telling you.
All right, so let me get back to the introductions. So today we're doing episode number 14 of our consciousness and subconsciousness / unconsciousness episode. I'm going to be at, when we do these, this is a class situation. And on each section, I will pause and open up the panel, see if anybody has any questions, comments, or stories. But I do try to get done with the live within 2 to 2.5 hours, just because of energetic absorption. Here, I'm an advocate for psychically active people, and I'm also teaching people how to discover their psychic abilities and how to decalcify their pineal gland and how to strengthen and hone their psychic abilities. But currently what we're working on is an alignment series. Like I said, this is episode number 14, and we're talking about consciousness and subconsciousness / unconsciousness. If you missed any of the episodes prior, you may go check out the replays on my YouTube channel. I do post them completely unedited from TikTok to YouTube. They're usually there by morning, right after a live. So you could catch up on those. I think only one of them is missing, and that's the very first one. But that's because TikTok likes to be a jerk sometimes. I didn't do anything wrong, but they still kept the freaking episode. Anyway, moving on. If you do come up at the panel and this is your first time in my panel, I do want to let you know that we do respect the one mic at a time rule for multiple reasons. One, it helps promote active listening. Two, we're almost all neurodivergent up here in the tiki-taki, especially up in my area. So we squirrel off very easily. And also most of us are channels, and sometimes we're channeling a message, and if you interrupt or a background noise comes off on your microphone, guess what? Now you've ruined the channel. And then on top of that, every time somebody's chair squeaks or fan turns or whatever, that sound becomes louder than whoever's talking every single time. So I can have my mic open and one panelist can have their mic open, but if two panelists open their mic and I'm still unmuted, you'll see what I'm talking about. It makes the sound go all crazy. I don't understand. TikTok can monitor every single thing we say and do, but they cannot fix their sound quality. Throwing that out there, tiki. Throwing that out there. So welcome to the Meadow, boys and girls. Let me start off with the hellos. Since Michelle was here first, I'm going to say hello to Michelle first. How you doing, baby?
Hello. I'm okay. I'm going to be quiet. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'll chime in if I do, but yeah. Thank you.
You're good, and I'm glad that you're here, and thank you for holding space with us. You sound a lot better. A lot better. Your energy feels better too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was worried that day, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Miss Tanya K, how you doing, baby? I'm glad to see you. Hey, you are?
I'm good.
Hey, you doing?
Good.
Just gotta make it weird.
I always gotta be weird and lively. What you mean?
Weird. Yeah. You wear weird like a crown.
Listen, my horns hold my crown up, remember?
Crown? What crown?
But nice to see you.
Wait, I have one. I'm glad you're here, man. I've been thinking about you a lot lately too. Freaking hairs flying all over the place. And let's say hello to Mr. Gideon. Good to see you, buddy. Oh wait, Angel, what's up? Hold on. Gids is here. He counts. Hi, Gideon. How are you today? You doing good?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
What you mentioned before.
Hey, we got a user number. User 46785026822259. You do not have a name and you do not have a picture. That makes me not trust you. Bye. Somebody go on and remove user number, because that's almost... Ooh, and I just felt the heart chakra pull. Oh, I know exactly who that was. My intuition was right. All right. And Angel, how are you doing, darling? How you doing?
Hello. I am one swell fella, as always. I am so happy to see you smiling. It genuinely brightens the room, as always. I'm so
It
glad
doesn't feel fake to you today? It doesn't feel fake at all?
We always can pay it on one, can't we? I just want to let everybody know that I love every single one of you guys freely without expectations, conditions, or strings attached. So I would just like to give that love out to everybody.
I do love with strings attached. I'm going to tell you what that is.
Well, I do
'Cause there ain't
love
no strings
everybody
on me.
without strings attached, without expectations, and very freely. I just don't allow people in my space I only allow people in my space with strings attached.
Yes, felt that, and I was joking about the strings. I was gonna make a Pinocchio reference, but it
Oh,
got
no,
ruined by the
gotcha.
seriousness. So it's all good. It's all good. Hi, Melissa. I'm glad you're here, Angel, and I hope you'll
Hi.
hang out with us. Hi,
Absolutely.
Miss Angel. Or Melissa? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Busy day.
It's good.
I always see
Yeah?
lives at the end, and I'm always sad that I didn't get to hear all the stories. So I'm glad I got here early.
Well, right on. In sync. That's funny. I did not know that. Gideon, the fact that you know that, it's okay. I didn't even know. Couldn't even tell you an NSYNC song except for Bye Bye Bye. Wait, was that NSYNC or was that one of the other boy bands? Doesn't matter.
Pretty sure that was NSYNC.
Okay, cool. The only reason I know that song at all.
That was from
Because the movies.
the No Strings Attached album, Bye Bye Bye.
Oh, was
I'm
it?
pretty sure that is the video of that. They have strings on them, right?
Yes.
That's the only reason I know that.
No.
Yeah, because the
they
video
do
was
the
them coming out of a
beginning.
doll box,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they came out of the doll box and then they started running around.
Oh gosh. So they knew it back then that they were being used. That's what they signed up for. That's fascinating. They're just
Or whoever made
advertising
the
it.
video knew they
Yeah.
were using them.
No, I'm just saying they I don't know. Hindsight's 2020, I guess.
Right.
I'm sure they know it now.
Yes, hindsight is 2020. All right, boys and girls, are we ready to get into the topic at hand? Let me just do little swirly swirls for the smelly goods. I really hate wearing base and powder. It fucking washes my face out more and shows my wrinkles worse, but I'm getting older, so my skin's starting to get those little blotches on them. Yay, I'm getting old. Lily Gold, hello, welcome in. All right, I'll get on this here and ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Wow. Damn, I'm at the very bottom. Sorry for Gibbs. Let's scroll up. Okay. Y'all ready? Hi, Cupcake. Welcome in. Good to see you, hon. I ain't seen you in a long while. Hey, what's up, Celestial? All right. Boys and girls. Today we're talking about consciousness and unconsciousness. What's actually happening when you're aware of something? Good to see you, babe. And what's happening when you're not? There's a question that was asked that made all this information available. It's the kind of question that may roll around in your head for a while. You smelled that? There you go. Little shotgun for you. Oh, well, let me say hello to Celestial. How you doing, boo? I haven't seen you in forever. You guys keep getting littler and littler. I'm doing good, man. I'm making it, surviving. Trying to make it through another day, another dollar. And not really making no dollars. I don't really care, though. Money doesn't matter to me. But anyway, I'm good. Glad you're here. Consuming substances. It's not even a substance. You don't know. It's just... This is... Shut up, TikTok. Oh, yeah, I'm all about smudging. That's what I'm doing. I'm smudging. That just tastes good. All right. It's the prize of a bigger panel. Getting smaller. Clearing space with sage. That's right. Dude, that little curl of smoke was like directly in front of my line of sight. And that was weird looking for a minute. All right, let's get back to it. Everyone muted? Oh, Set Michelle. Oh, thank you for the heart on. Sister, I love my sister. Give me a heart on. Oh, is that White Rabbit? That was White Rabbit. Hi, how are you doing? Even though we were all being consumed. Yeah, there's that. But, hi Lily, how you doing? I don't adhere to consumption unless we're not gonna go there. Let's get back to the topic, guys. Let me start over, shall we? Oh no! Oh, you son of a biscuit. Tablets. I have not learned how to work this shit yet. Who just popped up? What's that? I can't see. Smoking Lily. Hi, baby. How you doing, speaking of?
Hi.
It's for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lily, I don't know. This might be your first. Is this your first time in my lives, in my panels? Oh, where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Is this your first time on my panel?
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to let you know that we do observe the one mic at a time rule on account of the sound quality and because we're all neurodivergent and squirrely. Whenever, and this is like a class situation. So, whenever I get to the end of each section, I'm going to open the panel up and see if anybody has any questions, comments, or stories that they want to tell before I move on to the next section. But I totally recommend pulling out your notebooks and your pens, and I hope you're down to hang for the whole couple hours.
Yeah.
Good? Hell yeah! All right. I don't know who was requesting up just now. Did anybody see who that was? If you get the blurts, use the comments. What's the blurts? Yeah. Good. The randos, just so you know, if this is your first time here, you are more than welcome to hang. Please engage in the comments. Please like and share. If you want to join the panel, you have to get to know us first, and we have to get to know you. So do engage. If you're just a rando that just wants to slip in and slip out and cause trouble and whatever, I got the best fucking moderator team on TikTok, and I feel sorry for you, son. So, choose your poison, friend or foe. All right, here we go. We're going to start all the way over to my 2 sentences that I've already done. Boys and girls, today we're talking about consciousness and unconsciousness. What's actually happening when you're aware of something and what's happening when you're not. There's a question that, oh, you son of a bitch. I am so tired of this right now. That's what fucked me up earlier, wasn't it? Come on, bro. Please, can I have, thank you. I am not a technological person. I so badly need somebody to just do this shit for me and that shit for me. You know, I'll host, I'll do all the research, I'll do all the writing. You just touch the screens. All right, here we go. There we go. That's what I needed to do right there. Let's make it bigger again where I can read it. There we go. Let go. Okay. There was a question that was asked that made all this information available. And it's the kind of question that may roll around in your head for a while. Why does experience feel like anything at all instead of just happening? Let me say that again since I fucked it up the first time. Why does experience feel like anything at all instead of just happening? Before we try to answer it, let me share with you the definitions of the different consciousnesses. The first one I got here, and I didn't even know there was multiple consciousnesses. I had no idea until I started doing all this. The first one is called phenomenal consciousness. This was coined by Ned Block, which is my maiden name. So I wonder if we're related. And I think like that too. Anyway, in 1995, which was 2 years before I graduated high school. So hello, Ned, wherever you're at in the world. If you're still alive, I want to be friends with you. He called this the property of a mental state having any subjective felt character at all. What it's like to be in that state. So what it's like to smell the flower. What it's like to sit here in this chair. What it's like to touch this screen. And oh, thank you for the heart on, sister. I love it. My sisters give me heart on. Thank you, Tanya. You get that? Did that make sense? Everybody got phenomenal consciousness. All right. The next one is called qualia. And these two sound the same, but they're not. That's the specific felt properties of a particular experience, which is the particular redness of red or the particular sting of a paper cut. Okay? And then here's another Ned Block one. This one's access consciousness. Information from a mental state available for reasoning, verbal report, and control of behavior. So the parts of your brain that control how you are, not just who you are. Okay? And then we have self-awareness, which we all know that one, right? That's recognizing yourself as the one having an experience, not just having it. What happened, Tanya? Don't be falling off and stuff. Hi, Amethyst. Keep your booty up in your seat, ma'am. Nobody said you could leave class yet. Dunce hat on you. Just kidding. I would never dunce any of y'all. Then the next one is proto experience. A primitive property basic matter might carry. Proposed to support panpsychism, not full experience. But something simple enough that combinations of it could produce full experience in more complex systems. So, I don't know, some of y'all have been with me for a while. Hey, Steve, come on in, buddy. Some of y'all haven't. For those of you that have, just come the hell off my glasses, bro. I don't know if that was a Loki hair or a me hair, but it kept tickling my damn nose. It's like, when I was in, I don't know who this is. That just popped up on my panel. Head Sheffyman. Yeah. Okay. So, about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, I was in New Mexico for a bit. And when I was there, I had a vision while I was awake that, hey, Steve, good to see you, buddy. That was of me being a rock. And the weirdest thing about it was that I could see in all directions, but I had no eyes. I could hear everything around me, but I had no ears. I was aware that I was a rock, and then I was sitting on the ground next to another rock and a tree. But I couldn't think. I was aware enough to know what was happening to me. So I don't know if that was coming from this mind, from this physical mind, or if it was coming from that one. But at the same time, I know Dolores Cannon, the great Dolores Cannon, did say this, that chairs have consciousness, etc., etc., etc. I don't think I can't. I can't wrap my head around a chair having consciousness, because if that's the case, I feel sorry for all of you broken bad boys out there that I have rocked to fucking pieces because of my autism. Tell your cousins and your Uncle Joe and all your friends out there in Chairland, I'm really, really sorry. It was not my intention. I cannot help it. I'm a stemmer. I'm sorry, and thank you for laying down your lives for me. But as a cartoonist, I absolutely can fathom it. You know what I mean? Because I make chairs alive all the time in my cartoons. You know what I mean? Like, I make inanimate objects have a consciousness. So that's something to just ponder with a little minute there. But we have to get down to psyche. It's Mom's birthday. She's calling. I'm coming back. Oh, happy birthday, Mom. If she would have let me, I would have singed it to her. Can we take that off my screen? Thank you. Okay. Now, the philosopher David Chalmers named something in 1995 called the hard problem of consciousness. Even after everything else about the brain gets fully explained, one question stays open. Why does any of this feel like something at all? Instead of just happening with nobody home to notice. Right? Now, this is panpsychism, is one attempt at an answer. The position that some form of consciousness runs through all matter, not just brains. Not settled, not proven. One possible answer among several. That's what I was just discussing, how a rock can have consciousness or a chair could have consciousness. Now the practical vocabulary. And these words get used constantly and almost nobody explains them correctly. But before I get into that, I do want to say hi to Steve. Hi, bud. How you doing? It's been a minute. You hadn't been here since the very beginning of this series.
Yes, I know. It's been a while. How you doing? How are you?
Dude, Livin, that's all I can do. Actually, I'm SURVIVIN.
I don't know if it's spelled right, but I know
I
what you
said,
mean. I don't know if it's spelled right, but
well,
I know
I
what you
just
mean.
start twitching.
Right. I
I
get
ain't
it.
living, I'm surviving.
Right. Yeah. A lot of us are, hey, it
I
is what it
know.
is. But, as long as we're self-aware of it, that's what matters.
I'm gonna bring that up pretty
I,
close to the end of
oh,
this script, actually.
okay. Okay. I
No,
don't
what
want to
you
get
just
ahead. I don't want
said.
to get ahead. I don't want to get ahead
No, I'm
of
glad
the
you did.
script. Right.
I'm glad you did though, because it took me getting to the information for me to even have that question or
Mm,
even have that idea or that thought of,
mm.
well, it's okay as long as I'm aware of it. Is it? Because being aware of it hasn't changed any of the
Well,
things that I'm aware of now.
but being aware of it is the beginning of change. Now, whether you follow through on that change after you're
Yes.
self-aware of it, I mean that's a different story.
Mm.
Exactly, because every there's a lot of people that are aware of a lot of shit, but they don't do anything to change it. So, right, exactly.
Gold star for you, Steve. All day, gold star. Absolutely. And that's what's coming down at the end. Ooh, fuck up my. I'm pretending this is a book and not a freaking screen. I'm not used to technology, you guys. And books don't move around and change shape and screen flipping and all that. None of that happens. Hey, Britt. Shit. Anyway, y'all hear them cicadas out there? Oh, thank you for the hard-on, sister. I love my sisters. Give me hard-ons. Now, where's my old Tom Tom too? Did you bring him along as well? It's good to see you, Britt. I'm glad you're here. All right, so. But Steve, I'm so glad that you brought that up in the very beginning, because I was holding myself back from saying something like that, because that was really the premise of making this specific topic part of this alignment series, was having those questions myself. Like, okay, so why, if I'm aware of why I do this thing and why this happens to me and why I react this way and blah blah blah, and I've done all the freaking works that I could find on the internet or in the world to tell me how to fix that thing, and it's still not fixed. Because when I have a meltdown, I have a meltdown. But I also inadvertently found out some other information. So that ought, and I think I mentioned that in here too. It might be in the script, or it might be in the other script from last week. I can't remember. But green is such a vibe for you. Oh, it's my very favorite color. He's taking a nappy nap during my live? How dare he? Well, you must put the phone and device next to his head so I can tell him to wake his butt up and be in class. I'm just kidding. I don't care. Learning by osmosis worked for me, so let him sleep. You just turned 40? Aw, happy birthday, Britt. I'm pushing 50, so shut your face, but happy birthday. So we're doing consciousness and unconsciousness. What happened? Did Tanya fall again? Tanya. Somebody tie her to the chair. She won't quit bouncing out of class. Anybody? She said, thanks? Question mark. Britt. Seriously, can I sing happy birthday to you? When was your birthday? Hold on. Was it very recent? It was very recent. You'd love to see that. Somebody tie you down to a chair. Yeah, I would too, actually. I would pay money for that. Oh, it's more than a month ago. Dang. All right, it's more than a month ago, so I don't know. But if you want me to, I will. But I don't know you, Ben. Anyway, let me get back to the script before we get too far off. From the descriptions, what we got? From phenomenal consciousness, qualia, access consciousness, self-awareness, proto-experience, and panpsychism. Which ones made y'all curious, or which ones made y'all think, or which ones did y'all never hear before? Did I see Nami pop through? Hey, what's up, Grab to Soul? How you doing, brother? Thank you for the hard on. I love my brothers give me hard ons. Has anybody got? I know Steve didn't get to hear none of that. Anybody got any questions or something? What do y'all think about fucking panpsychism, man? Do y'all think everything has a consciousness? Anybody? I can't. You want me to say them again?
Well, I'll just comment on that. I think my belief that everything definitely has a consciousness, and and I just come from the belief that everything is, source, the universe, God, the light, creator, however you want to deem that or define it. That's up to you. So, I come from that theory that we're all the universe just experiencing itself in an unlimited amount of ways. You know what I mean? So everything has a consciousness, but it's at a different level. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So there's different levels of consciousness to all things. You can't throw everything in one box of consciousness. It doesn't work like that. So that's just that's my personal knowing on the question, does everything have its own consciousness?
Wow, you touch the screen anywhere at all, and a whole new thing comes up now. We're talking about consciousness and sub/unconsciousness. What's up, Wesley? There's another user number. Let's get rid of user numbers. There's that pool again. Man, you have no power here, dude. Get the fuck out. Yes, ma'am.
I have like an idea on it too. I mean, aside from it reminds me of animism, but it also like I find it interesting too because it suggests that consciousness isn't derived from nothing, that it grows into more complex forms from things, or that it's that the world isn't composed of just dead matter, that everything is alive with some kind of presence, that everything is something, that it's just that everything isn't just dead around you or unalive around you, that things aren't just existing there, that it's not just blah, if that makes sense.
Yes, and here, my friends, I pose a really great question, and the comments are coming alive. I'm loving this. And I love what you had to say too, because these are the questions that I ask myself, and these are the questions that I ask the universe, and these are the questions that I ask the internet and whatever else. And now I'm going to bring some questions to you guys. Somebody told me about a year and a half ago that they didn't know where to start. They didn't know what questions to ask. Well, I've been questioning shit since I can ever question. If everything has a consciousness and everything is source, y'all have to remember too, I come from atheism and science, right? Now, I still don't believe anything. I don't believe anything. But I do have a more openness to the idea that there is some creator being. But the thing about it is my memories are on and I can actually remember it. And it doesn't. It's not at all like the stories have told. It's not. So it's like, my friend Tweety, earlier when I said Tweety Steve, when you were talking about all the different names for God or source or whatever, or universe, it reminded me of Tweety, and I was like, where the fuck is Tweety? Because she calls it Gus. God, universe, source. Gus, Gus. I'm totally calling it Gus from now on because that's fucking awesome. But, but my question is if we're all source having an experience, or if we create our own reality. Okay? Why couldn't a chair have a consciousness? I've had people fucking stand there and tell me a cat or a dog doesn't have a goddamn soul, and I'm like, you're a fucking liar. I was an atheist and I knew a fucking cat and a dog had a goddamn soul. You got me fucked up.
Where's the cross between being able to enchant things? Like, wouldn't you put a consciousness in something like that?
Now we're cooking. Or when you're bending your realities. Manifestations.
Psychedelics.
Bravo. I don't like the way my voice sounds coming back through your speaker.
Sorry.
So, should I get back into did y'all, for the couple of y'all that have come in since before I read those, did y'all want to hear the definitions real fast of those different kinds of consciousnesses? I can't say consciousness without saying it that way. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, cool. All right, gotcha. Oops. I'm not a device person. And it is very difficult for me to devise things, but my hands and arms have got me to the point where I need one. I don't have a choice. Okay. So phenomenal conscious. Imagine me wealthy so I can give you money. I'll do the same for you, and let's see who gets there first. Challenge accepted, Wesley. Me likey that answer. Hey, is that necessary? Leave it alone. All right, guys. Okay, so phenomenal consciousness was is a term. Hi, Britt. Is a term that was coined by Ned Block in 1995. The property of a mental state having a subjective felt character at all. What it's like to be in that state. So what it's like to sit in this chair. What it's like to talk to Britt and say hello. What it's like to feel a burp or a kiss or swallowing your food or your favorite soda. The felt state. Okay? That's phenomenal consciousness. Everybody good? The next one is qualia. That's the specific felt properties of a particular experience. So it's like that, but heightened. The particular redness of red, the particular sting of a paper cut, that kind of feeling. So it's not just like, oh, that hurts. Oh my God, that hurts a specific way. You know what I mean? All right, the next one is access consciousness, also coined by Ned Block in 1995. Information from a mental state available for reasoning, verbal report, and control of behavior. So basically like the part of your consciousness that says, I'm going to have integrity, always, no matter what. I'm not going to ever lie, cheat, or steal, period. And I'm just going to ingrain that into my own self. That's my own programming. Okay, that's my own programming. That's what I did to myself. My brain said, you know what? Nope. We're not going to be a douche. Okay, we can be a douche, but be an honest douche. Interesting summary of those, isn't it? I know, it's cartoon brain. Autism. The next one is self-awareness. That's recognizing yourself as the one having an experience, not just having it. So that's the version of us, our consciousness, that can stand here right now and have this conversation and question what we're experiencing and question as to whether or not our friend over here is experiencing the same thing. Oh, you're not? Explain yours, please. Why are you not having the same experience I am? Why is it two people can go into the exact same traumatic event, say a tornado? Say they're clutching each other. That's how close they were during this tornado. The house picks up, throws them off into a field. They still land close enough to be clutching each other. Okay, so they felt every single bump, bruise, and fly through the air together. But they both come out with completely different experiences. One may be totally terrified of storms for the rest of their life. And the other one may turn into a storm chaser because they're fascinated by it and they had the best ride ever and they want to do it again. So that. Proto experience is the last one. Or no, the next one. That's second to last. A primitive property basic matter might carry. Proposed to support panpsychism. Not full experience, but something simple enough that combinations of it could produce full experience in more complex systems. So like me remembering that I was a rock. Could see everywhere. Didn't have eyes. Could hear everywhere. Didn't have ears. Was aware, but had no brain. Couldn't think. And was aware of that too. Very strange. You have such a beautiful mind of fantasy. You should be writing a book, and I mean that respectfully. That's why I have this thing. And this is actually the book that I'm reading. Kind of. I'm going to reword it a little bit for the book. Almost got it. Although I did have an epiphany the other night that my book, the one that I'm supposed to have the actual passion for, is doing the same thing but with my comic. Because my comic stars me. It's stupid. I don't even have the originals anymore, but I do have some paintings. Anyway, so the next one. Okay. Philosopher David Chalmers named something in 1995 called the hard problem of consciousness. Even after everything else about the brain gets fully explained, one question stays open. Why does any of this feel like something at all? Instead of just happening with nobody home to notice. So that's a hard question, hard problem of consciousness. Panpsychism is one attempted at answer. The position that some form of consciousness runs through all matter, not just brains. Not settled, not proven. One possible answer among several. Who's the artist again? What artist? Me. I'm the artist. And gratitude for Meadow and everyone here, and gratitude for you guys for being here. So now that you've all heard the explanations of each of those, anybody got anyone that stands out, or you got something you want to question, or a question you want to throw out for the rest of us? Something for us to sit with and roll around in our little brains and think tanks. Thinking is my favorite thing. Go ahead. Anybody? What artist? I said the artist. But I don't know. I'm confused now. For being somebody that's self-aware, I just fucked that up, didn't I? I don't remember saying artist. It's okay. All right, moving on. So now the practical vocabulary, because these words get used constantly and almost nobody explains them correctly. Consciousness means whatever you're aware of right this second. You're hearing this sentence, that's conscious. You're conscious of the sentence that you're hearing out of my mouth. Preconscious is something you're not thinking about right now, but it's available the instant your intention turns towards it. Nobody asked you your childhood address a minute ago. Now that I've said it, it's just there. Unconscious is the correct term for mental activity happening while you're fully awake that you're not aware of. Not knocked out, okay? Awake the whole time, just not looking at it, not paying attention. Driving a familiar route and arriving without remembering half the drive. How many of us have done that? Tell me you haven't. I dare somebody in this room to say that's never happened to them. That just means you don't drive. Yes, ma'am.
No, I was just gonna say it happens all the time. I'm like,
Oh, absolutely.
I'm driving, I'm listening to music, I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I'm here.
What gets on my nerves is when I end up at like the wrong fucking place 30 miles away from my actual destination because I went to autopilot like that. Shit fucking pisses me off. We don't have a car right now, so I'd be grateful for that kind of anger right now. All right, so that's you were awake for every second of it, you just weren't aware most of it, right? Here's where the confusion starts, and it's not your fault. Freud himself wrote about this exact problem in 1915. He admitted that conscious and unconscious get used two different ways. Sometimes just meaning not aware right now, the everyday sense, and sometimes meaning something far more specific and technical. He tried to fix it with shorthand only other psychoanalysts use. That fix never left the clinic. The plain words went out into the world on their own, and the older medical meaning, knocked out, unresponsive, was already out there. Since that meaning existed before psychology ever touched the word. That's why, over 100 years later, people still hear unconscious and think passed out. When I say unconscious in this episode, I don't mean that. I mean fully awake, just not looking at it.
So can I ask a question? So unresponsive have been used in connotation with unconscious, even though they're not necessarily connected, because unconscious means what you don't realize is there, but still influences you, and unresponsive means you're not being influenced by it.
Hang on a minute, because you can still be influenced by that, by things.
By things you're unresponsive to?
Yeah.
If you're unresponsive, okay.
Because when they do the smell salt, it brings you into responsiveness, doesn't it? Or if they poke you in the middle of your foot with a little jabby jab, brings you out of that unresponsive state, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but if you're being brought out of it, you're not responsive to it in the moment. You're being reactive to it, not responsive to it.
Fair. Semantics wins again. All right, Angel, you've bested me. Okay.
Does that
What were
make
you gonna say,
sense?
Britt? Yeah, it totally does. That's why I said, okay, you win. I can see. I'm only arguing for arguing's sake, just to
No,
make people think more.
I'm not
Go ahead,
arguing.
Britt.
I'm just trying to get an clear
I know.
understanding.
there's no winning here. It's just it's
I know.
systemic,
I was just
right?
being
In the
funny.
way. Okay, all right, cool. Like that is actually a thing.
Oh no, there's no winning. No. I was just saying, okay, you caught me at a place where I couldn't figure out a way out of that. There goes another user number. And there goes the heart chakra pool. Bro, will you fucking leave me alone, man? I spent 30 fucking hours around you a goddamn year and a half ago. Gin and tonic
girl,
is here.
here's the thing.
This dude
Sometimes
won't
you
stop.
don't have to figure anything out. Sometimes you can just
I have no power.
listen and vibe and whatever. Sometimes you can just
Hang on.
listen and take the knowledge
Jen, I need an adult to your adult. You tell Britt. We tell Britt there's no such thing as me not questioning stuff. That's my whole purpose. Sorry, go ahead. I was just
I'll go ahead and
Go
drop down. Enjoy your life.
No, don't leave. I was playing, Britt. I'm playing with you, okay? I'm playing with you.
It's not cool,
I talk a lot of shit, and I'm
like I know you talk too much shit,
dude.
though.
I'm
like, just listen. Someone's educating you. Just listen. Linda, listen.
I was being funny and making jokes because I do talk a lot of shit because that is part of who I am and part of what I'm about.
Well,
I know
if
that
she doesn't like that, she doesn't like it. That's cool. Let her go.
I get it. I get James, Jen, chill out for a minute too. I love you though, but Britt, I want to apologize to you, Britt, because Britt and I, we love each other. We consider each other family. Pearl, man, used to be one of my best friends, man. I freaking love her. But we haven't been around each other a lot because we have different sleep schedules, and we have we have different sleep schedules, and we have different things going on. So she has no idea how just all over the place I always am, but at the same time still present, believe it or not. But no,
I love you. I'm just saying, like, if someone gives you advice, just listen, Linda.
I honestly spent so much time on that. I didn't catch the advice now. So would you repeat it?
What? Angel
Yeah, you
just
forgot
gave
to?
you. I didn't forget. No, I was looking up the username. I had to click on her name. She told you some solid advice. It's legit. Like, that's it.
I don't remember what it was, honestly.
I don't either.
I do.
I don't
It was
either.
like a fantasy storm.
Go for it.
What was the advice? If you could tell me, I forgot. I legit forgot.
Oh my gosh. It's one of these lives.
No. And you said
You guys, it's totally.
Yeah,
You
we don't
guys, it's
have
totally
to.
cool because check
Yeah, it
it
doesn't
out, guys. Check it out. Hang on. It's totally cool whether any of us remember it because I post my entire live unedited onto my YouTube channel. It'll be there by 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. So if we're all, we can all go back and watch it, and watch the replay on my YouTube channel under the same name, Peace in the Meadow, and then we'll all know, and then we can move on. Because I do want to get back into the script because it got like an hour before I want to be able to get out of this chair. Living in the vibe and going with the flow is something else. Agreed. They are fun, and I do them quite often, but also take the time out too. Jen, where'd my gin go? Somebody bring gin back. My gin. I need the gin and the tonics. Hi, Tanya. Where'd the gin and the tonics go? Get her back. But you are right, Britt. I do talk too much shit. I'm always playing around too much. And I probably should quit playing around too much. But mostly I do it for the real reason I do it is because I'm very personable because this is my mask. I was trained on stage. I was trained on front of a camera, modeling and tumbling in all dance classes and fucking acting lessons and voice lessons and all the dumb shit. But the things that I actually wanted to do, I was also talked out of it. So my my mask is to deflect everything, even the shit that I'm teaching.
Oh,
I will deflect it in some way, and it is a thing that has come into my awareness recently. Hi, Jen. And it just because it comes, that's what this episode's about. Just because it comes into your consciousness or your awareness does not mean that it's going to just automatically be righted. Even if you do all the practices and all the tools and all the skills and hey Sharon and all the things, you can't if you don't.
You can't stop just being you.
Huh?
You can't just stop being you. At the end of the day, you know, like I get it. Me, I'm a defensive person, right? I'm
you don't gotta be defensive,
right? And that is my problem. So I understand.
What's your do you know your sun, moon and Taurus, or your sun, moon and rising?
Absolutely not. I'm adopted. I know I'm a Cancer. I know my birthday.
You do know your birthday? Do you know your birth time by chance? Probably not. Huh?
Absolutely not. No.
I was adopted too, but I did get my birth time. But that's because I was like 3.5 months old when the family gave me to another family. So
Yeah, no.
I didn't have that part.
I don't have that.
But that's okay.
But
that's okay though, because I completely and totally get that. Cancers are some of my very favorites. And as an Aries, we're not supposed to be friends. We're not supposed to be friends at all. But I love me some fucking water signs. I don't know something about y'all.
I'm telling you, before I met Tomatillo, I was with an Aries. That was my partner for 12 years.
Look at all these little water signs up in my comments talking about hello. Hi, water sign. I love you too, Meadow. And I don't know, dude. I watch these fucking videos sometimes, and I'm just like, and it's always these actors pretending like they're a fire sign and then pretending like they're a water sign, and the fire, because water's supposed to put out fire, right? But for some fucking reason, we create steam together.
I have no fire in my chart. None whatsoever.
Steam is cleansing.
I was just saying I have no fire in my chart.
I have no air. Except for Pluto. Pluto's the only thing out of even all my asteroids. I have no Gemini and no Aquarius whatsoever. I only have Pluto in Libra. That's it. I have no fucking air. And I'm a thinker. And what are the air signs? They're the thinkers.
I have 5.
Somebody told me something? Huh?
I have 5 air signs in my chart. That's a lot. Or maybe I'm thinking of. Oh, sorry.
No. I was told this, and this is another thing to throw around with the consciousness and unconsciousness that I've been contemplating on this subject matter is our signs and elements and all of that, and how all of those planets and the asteroids and all those things, the numerology and the human design, how all of those things energetically make us, right? And we can pinpoint it down on a chart, and the chart is almost always eerily accurate. So why is it I have no air, but I'm a thinker, and I'm a curious fucking thinker, and I'm energized all the time? Okay, so that was my question, right?
Because you have fire in you.
Sure, but see, okay, it's like this. It's water's emotion, fire is action, air is thought, and earth is stillness.
If you want to be basic, sure, but like if you break it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I just laughed in my head. I am no basic bitch.
Then don't be basic. Don't basic yourself, bitch. Then don't be basic. You know I love you to death.
I don't know. I was just cracking up. Sorry. Funny joke,
don't do that.
But no, what I'm saying is like, okay, so no Scorpio, Pisces, Capricorn, or Aquarius in my chart. I'm glad you don't have a Capricorn in your chart. No offense to my Caps.
We do have every sign in our chart. It might not be right up front visible to us, but we are every sign. We have every sign in our chart.
Sexy.
I can't wait. I can't wait to show that. I've done I've gone so deep in my charts. Like, I've done the 250 something fucking asteroids that are way the fuck off and that don't even have like considered meanings for yet and all this other shit. It's just mine is a straight line where, dude, my son's kind of is too. That's really awesome. So this was what I was going to tell y'all too. This friend of mine tells me a while back that the reason I didn't have any air in my chart was because I'd already mastered air, and that's what made me the thinker. And I was like, oh. So for those of you that don't have something like a specific element in your chart, just because you've already mastered that one. Now, if you think about the basic rules of them, the air's thinking, the fire's action, the earth is stillness, and the or stubbornness or whatever, steady, I don't know, one of those, and water is emotion. Now, if you don't have a specific element in your chart, think about yourself for a minute and tell me if you have that particular element mastered.
Yes, that makes 100%, 1,000%.
I don't think that makes any sense at all. Honestly.
Well, what's missing in yours, Britt?
I'm adopted, so I don't know, right? So I don't think there's any such thing as full mastery. I think there is always room for growth and improvement in life. Like, we're here to learn. We're here to experience and grow and play, honestly. So to say that I need to master this, that, the other thing, maybe that's my blessing because I am adopted. I don't know. And so it's just, what do I want to go get entangled with today? Or what do I want to go work on today? You know, it's an interesting concept. There is no such thing as mastery, in my opinion. But I'm more like Buddhistic in that way, and so you cannot fully master anything. It's always a constant cycle of learning.
I completely agree with you on that because I hate the word master, but at the same time, in bed I love it. And hey, welcome back, Salvatore. And then my life path is Master 22, or the 22, the Mastery Builder, and I call myself a master multitasker. That's the only things I use master for, because I agree with you. I think that you can't really ever master it, because if you master it, then what the fuck else you have to learn? And what the fuck fun is it anymore? If you master it all the way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're ever going to really master anything. But in the sense of those four elements, which one do you feel like you are strongest on? It's probably, I'm just curious. This is my mad science question right now. If you're missing elements in your chart, are you stronger and better at your emotion if it's water, or your thinking if it's air, or whatever? You got a few strong points? Thank you, brother.
I think it depends what aspect you're thinking of it. If you're thinking like
share the aspects,
like mastered everything, no, I don't think you ever attain that, right? But master a certain thing, yeah, I think certain things could be mastered.
That's what the whole awakening is about self-mastery, knowing thyself.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
Well, the biggest problem, well, that I see, or the biggest thing about mastery is that a lot of people feel like they've mastered themselves. They feel like they know themselves. And anytime you convince yourself that you know yourself, you stop growing, you stop evolving, you stop searching for yourself, you limit yourself. And a lot of people feel like they've mastered themselves. And for me, when I went through my spiritual awakening, and I thought I knew myself, then I went through my dark night, and then I thought I knew myself. Then I went through my near-death experience, and then I know myself now, and then I had another dark night of the soul, or I had a spiritual attack. So the mastery thing that I find in people, I know myself, for 50 years of my life, I thought I mastered myself, that I knew who I was. And I was convinced that I was. And as long as people convince themselves that they know themselves, they limit their growth. They limit their evolution.
So perhaps we're looking at the word
Exactly.
wrong.
Exactly.
Perhaps we're looking at the word mastery wrong. Okay, because really, what it's about is
Sometimes the word master is fun to say.
it is learning to control
You're just a horny
yourself
chick that wants to say masturbation. Shut up.
and understand.
I'll
and
call it out for
understand
what it
yourself.
is.
You know, because that's what you learn to do. You learn to control your emotions and not let them control you, and you learn to know who you are deep inside at the core of you, what motivates you. Like, I'm motivated by truth and justice. That's what motivates me, is truth and justice. And where I see the injustice, that also motivates me, because I want there to be justice and truth for everyone. And I know
BT Dubs, in case.
I know that's impossible, but it's a goal to have more truth and justice in the world than not.
Now,
And
two things.
but
I want to
it's
tack
about,
on to what you just said.
about controlling yourself and learning to control yourself instead of just allowing yourself to be out of control. And so, I mean, I
Yes.
don't know if that changes anything for you, but
It doesn't.
maybe just a different word.
I want to tack on to what you just said, Jen, because absolutely. And by the way, when Jen makes it in my comic book, she totally gets the superhero cape. She may be the only one, because of the truth and justice thing, because that's another one of my core values, is that. So that's one of the things that we see eye to eye on all day. Nothing irritates me more, though, for somebody to come up to somebody else and tell them that their idea, their thought, or their dream, or their plan, or their hope, or their wish is impossible. It bothers me even more to hear you tell yourself that something's impossible. Because here's the deal, guys. Hey, what's up, Salvatore? If we happen to be actually creating our own reality, then nothing is impossible, because we could create it, right? Or, same thing is, if this is Source having a me experience and a you experience and a cell phone experience and a chair experience, same thing applies, right? So nothing's impossible. So that's the word that I want to see stripped out of the English language. Let's just go on and get rid of impossible. And we'll send master right alongside it. But I do want to keep master for a couple of things, just because it is a fun word when used in the right context. But that is the fun thing about it. Unless you believe it's impossible. What's impossible? Nothing's impossible. I don't believe anything's impossible. I am Alice in fucking Wonderland, boys and girls, okay?
No.
Alice in fucking Wonderland.
No. I believe anything is possible. I have that unlimited belief that anything is possible. But I think that, when people limit their beliefs and put a cap or a ceiling on what they believe possible is, then they limit what's possible in their reality.
Bing, 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 bing. Another gold star. How come when you don't come around very often, but when you do, you got them gold stars flying the whole fucking time, bro. I gotta tell you that. Now, should we get back into it so that we get a little bit more information, so that we have a little bit more fun stuff to discuss? Because this has been absolutely the most interactive and riveting one of these classes so far in this alignment series. And I think next week's, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until the end of the show, next week's is going to be purposefully interactive. And it's this think tank we got going on right here, this bevy of confusion and questioning and answering and feeling and not feeling and all of that, then this agreement, disagreement, agreement thing that we got going on, this is what debate is. This is what actual real philosophical conversations are supposed to be about.
I just want to say I don't think it is debate or disagreement. I don't
Either.
think it's
It's
any of
neither.
those things, to be
It's
honest.
neither.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's just conversation, different beliefs, and different past styles, different lifestyles, even. You know, that no debate at all.
I don't mean debate as in the negative term. I mean debate like just where you can, you know, bantering off each other, but without the funny part. Where you're bantering
It's
off
called
each other with
respect.
information.
It's called respect. There's much respect here.
Yeah, I don't.
That's why it never
Okay.
goes into the negative.
He was only good at one thing. Your dad was only good at chess. My dad was one of those. What do they call it? The master. Jack of all trades and a master of, yes, thank you. Jack of all trades, master of none. But he was for his job, he was a master electrician. But yeah, I don't do
Question?
charts open or whatever. Hell yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Denise, time traveler, or Dwayne? Do we know those folks?
Yes, Dwayne I know personally. Time traveler is Wesley. We've known each other for longer than I think I've known you actually. He just he's in the background quite often. Who was the other person?
Denise, time traveler.
Oh yeah, Denise, delightful Denise.
Yes,
What are you looking
yes.
at?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I know them all. Does it not say that we're friends on the thing?
I am not, so I must be slack. But yeah, just like to keep the boxes full. Thank you.
Oh God! Oh, you're trying to get the Aw. See, okay, that's something else too, guys. Just like all of our awarenesses and consciousnesses have their own job, like the quality of feeling, the actual feeling of the paper cut or the whatever, you know, just like all those things exist. Even my moderator team, it's even built down to my moderator team. Like my moderator team, each individual on my team has a job, and they know what their job is, and they are good as fuck at their job. Some of them have 2 or 3 jobs, and I don't worry if one of them can't make it. I don't worry if this is going to happen or that's going to happen, because what they have done together. Is that? You don't know where the mute button is? Okay, sorry. Damn. Thanks for props. I'm confused. I just lost my train of thought. Damn. Oh, yeah. So my moderators. I got you. Props. Okay. No, but for real though, you guys, I have the best fucking moderators in all of TikTok, and I'm convinced of this because I've been in other people's lives that are much busier and fuller than mine, that have, you know, people whatever. Nah, man, I got the best moderator team. I am so selective, and the people that are on my moderator team, they know their jobs. They know what they're good at. They are doing exactly what they're good at. See, I, as a person that runs a crew or whatever, and I'm not saying I run y'all at all, but like when I was a chef or whatever, I found out what each individual person was good at. What do you like doing? What are you good at? What fills you? What can you come in here and do every day with a smile on your face and not be miserable? What are you going to do that you're going to like go home and be like, the best day at work today? That's the thing. Those are 90% of the time. You don't even realize that it's your purpose the whole time. What do I do now? I'm work at a Subway sandwich shop, and I am the best Subway sandwich maker in all of the county, apparently. Even though none of my coworkers can fucking stand me, and maybe 1 or 2 like me, and most of them it's in a very toxic town, and most of them are trying very, very hard to get me fired and make me look like the bad guy. So I've been dealing with that. But I don't give a fuck. I do give a fuck. It's tearing my stomach up. Because as a projector or energy conduit, I cannot avoid their energy even if I wanted to. I can't just ignore it because it doesn't let me. It comes at me, it goes in me, it goes through me.
Just leave. Just leave. Bounce.
I don't have cars.
Bounce. Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh,
Britt, it's
my
way
heart.
Britt, it's way out. I want to
We
leave
need
and I
to
will as
talk.
soon as I can. I want to
We
leave
need
and
to
I
talk.
will as okay. There's just
Okay.
so much
Love you.
in the fire is all. I love you too. There's so much in the fire, and this is a town where my granddaughters are, and I don't get to see them yet. But I'm hoping if I stick around long enough, maybe I can. There's that, and also I has a little boyfriend here, and I shouldn't say little. Anyway, and
Well, little boy should be stepping
yes,
up and little providing. You know,
we just started.
I'm.
We just started. Get off of
Let's just talk. Let's just talk. All right, I got you. I'm done. I'm done.
Also, this is the biggest reason though, because besides the 15-year-old asshole in there, this little motherfucker, hey, wake up, hey, wake up. She come walking down the alleyway. She was walking down the sidewalk. I live in an alley house. She was walking down the sidewalk, right? And I'm feeding the outside strays, and she sees me out of the corner of her eye, turns to me and smiles, and walks straight for me, staring at me in the eyes the entire time. I know her's tired because her's been outside playing and rolling in the dirt and fighting with everything. Everything is a toy. She's a Maine Coon. I've never had a Maine Coon. Guess what? They're kitten-minded for 5 fucking years. I'm gonna have a horse-sized fucking child in a little kitten in my house. If we were a boy band, I would be the silent type. That's funny. All right. So back to it. You were saying, Tanya, earlier, you were saying she was pulling on my pants leg and saying, Mom, Mom, Mom. I don't see her any damn where. Like, she is not in the room. And if she is, she's got her back turned and hiding behind a dark spot. So I don't know where the fuck she's at to even, cater to her. And I'm not going to cater to her right now. Okay. So, subconscious.
No, that was
go
that
ahead,
was
Tanya.
me saying, "Oh shoot, I gotta plug in."
Okay. Subconscious is a different problem. A psychologist named Pierre Janet, I think, coined it in the 1880s. Freud used it briefly starting in 1893, then dropped it on purpose. His own words were that if someone says subconscious, he can't tell whether they mean something sitting passively below awareness, doing nothing, or a whole separate consciousness running underground parallel to the main one. 2 different claims, 1 vague word. Psychology, psychiatry, and neuroscience today all use unconscious. Subconscious stuck around anyway, mostly in self-help and spiritual spaces, because it sounds gentler. From here forward, we're using the correct word. Same story with ego. Freud wrote in German. His actual word was just the I, das Ich. English translators turned it into Latin, and that single choice is the entire reason ego sounds clinical and foreign instead of just meaning you, existing, being here. The it is instinct, wanting what it wants. The I is the mediator, trying to function inside reality. The over I is everything you absorbed about right and wrong, mostly from your parents, before you were old enough to choose whether you agreed with any of it. Something I'd like to share with you. What's wrong, Britt?
I'm just gonna be that person all the time, I think. So I have a psychiatrist, and he is big on the subconscious, very big, and he's always giving me different tools and methods to work on the subconscious, the things that are inner, right? Because those are the problematic parts, not the things that are conscious. So that's why I said wrong. Love you.
Anyway, something I'd like to share with you, because it's mine, not from research. This is my own personal opinion, and I wrote it in the script. Higher self never sat right with me. Somebody left. Who left? Britt, you can come back. Higher self never sat right with me. Not once, and here's why. Now that I actually understand the shape of the problem, saying my intuition is like saying my hand. A hand is a functioning part of you, doing something you do. Naming it doesn't rank it above or below the rest of you. You gotta pee. I pee all the time with you guys while on camera. Okay, I don't pee on camera, just kidding. Unless you pay extra. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Did you just say that? Good Lord.
I did.
Okay.
I'm here.
Wow.
I'm here for that.
That's
I'm here for
amazing.
entertainment. I'm not here for that, you guys.
No.
That was 100% a joke.
I
100%
wanted
joke.
to acknowledge it, just to say, hey, I heard that.
That will be in the clip. That will be in the replay. She ain't kidding. Shut up, Wesley. You don't know. All right. All right. Oh, let's see. Okay. Naming it doesn't rank it above or below the rest of you. Higher self doesn't work that way. Higher is a word that only makes sense next to a lower. You can't say higher without building lesser or lower. That's not a feeling. That's just what the word does. That was a test of, I mean, I will if you want. All day. I'm just kidding. I won't though. Service level 101, floors below is up to you. Hey, listen, it gets really thick in here, Dwayne. So if you're not prepared, if you're not ready for it, hey, Hawking and Dylan. Okay. Sorry. Higher is a word, blah, 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 blah. You say higher without building lesser. That's not feeling. Okay. The other creates a higher. Okay. One names a function. The other creates a hierarchy and calls it alignment. And intuition, from the Latin word meaning to look within, to look directly at something, direct knowing, not a mystical extra sense. Everyone has it. I don't know if you all know about this, but I have a theory that I'm working on, that I believe that, or I don't believe, but I think possibly that everybody on the planet is some form of psychic or has some form of clair. Because if we all have a pineal gland and we all have intuition, but we'll get to that another day. To look directly in. Okay. One more distinction before we move on, because a lot of the spiritual community treats these as the same thing, and they're not. Conscious and unconscious are asking whether something is noticed. Ego and intuition, are asking where something came from. Those are two completely different questions. Something can be unconscious and still be ego-driven. Something can surface into conscious awareness and still be intuition. Awareness and source aren't the same axis, and saying they are the same axis is exactly where this gets confusing. Now, here's what happens without you deciding it should. Oh, that's the next section. Anybody got anything to say about what I brought to the table so far? Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, I do. Food for thought. If we're taking the word higher self or higher mind and master and use them interchangeably, can you see how they could, do you know what I'm saying? So so we are here as particles or parts of whatever. We decided to come here. I don't even get me to go there. But anyway, we decided to come here. So there has to be, we came here to master something. Did we not? I mean, otherwise we're just being used, but I don't know.
Or what if we're just coming here to experience? And we wrote down whatever fucking experience we wanted to experience. Hey, this is Big Todd's Wild Toad Ride, and I want to experience the spinning cups for this whole life. And so that's what I'm going to do.
That could be a thing, depending on what comes up in your mind and your awareness, because you have to think if it comes up into your awareness, then I don't know. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
David's here. No, I mean, that's what we're here to discuss. That is exactly the kinds of things that we're here to talk about. I'm very, very glad that you were also engaged tonight. This is going to be a live that I'm going to be very proud of later on, just because you guys are really bringing it. You guys are really coming in there with the questioning everything and the twisting up what we already know and bringing it forward as well, because that's what this is. This is why it's important to self-reflect, to self-examine, to know thyself. This is fucking why. Because if we don't, like Steve was saying earlier, fucking I'm guilty. 100%. I thought I was totally aware. I thought I knew myself inside and out. I could tell you the reasoning for every damn thing on it, for everything I did. But as I have learned more, I've realized how very little I knew before, including my self-awareness.
And can I comment on that? Because that just really, I really resonated with that. And like I said earlier, every time you think you figured yourself out, you know what I mean? Or you think you've went through this, and then for me, I would form my perceptions, thoughts, and beliefs based on that experience. And I would become concrete in that. You know what I mean? Okay, this is it. This is my experience. This is what I think. This is what I feel, believe. This is how I perceive. And then something would come along to challenge that. Just when I started to build this concrete foundation. And I've learned not to get comfortable with who I think I am, because I'm always changing, evolving. We all are, and as long as we have that open mind to that, it helps prevent us, or at least be self-aware when we start to lock ourselves in certain perceptions, you know what I mean, and become concrete on those. So I don't know, that's just my take on that.
Are we at like 4 or is that 5 now that he's gotten tonight? Steve, you got to come to class more often, man. Yes. Absolutely. This is exciting to me. I'm having a great time with you guys tonight. I kind of want to grab all your hands and go skipping through the actual meadow. What's man? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Tanya. What's up? Thank you for the follow, Fraser. David, my brother. How's your day? Was it awesome?
No, I'm good. My phone just died. I didn't want to speak. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And I heard you say that. You're like, oh crap, I got to plug in. You're all good, babe.
Yeah.
Yes. So where we're at so far, I'm shaking it like it's a fucking magic 8-ball. Give me the information. Okay. Anybody else have anything else before I move on to the next section? Sorry, hey Don! Sorry, I'm such a goofball all the time, but I'm not sorry at all, because I just am, and I accept me for all my weirdness and all my goofy. I accept it so much that I embellish it, and even put makeup on it and wear cute outfits. That way, when you're like, oh wow, she's really pretty, and then, oh wow, she's actually kind of smart, and oh, she's a fucking moron. Just kidding. No, you just have no sense of humor. Or maybe mine's just a little weird. Fidget spinner, chicken dinner. All right, coming on. I got you, autistic. I heard you. Thank you very much for that. Bring me back to reality.
That is a lot of what I come for. If you were boring, I'd be gone. I really don't care what info you was given. I'm just saying, I love it. Don't change who you are, ever, ever, never. And never,
Besides,
ever.
How many pretty chicks or even smart chicks do you want to fucking sit there and listen to that are going to entertain you? Yes. No, because if you're just sitting there like all day long, of course that wasn't very attractive. But if you're doing that, like, would you want to? If that was your host, would you want to be there? No,
no, not me.
And I don't even like to go in the rooms that don't have anybody on the screen. Like, I don't really go to lives anymore at all, but I really don't like going to those kinds of lives. I want to see somebody. I want to interact with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I want it to be more fun. And I've had many people tell me, well, maybe you should just not have a panel. Maybe you should just teach the material. And I'm like, I'm not a teacher. I'm fucking a knowledge hound. Say that word instead of the other one I was going to say. And I'm addicted to researching. I always have been since I can remember. You're going to bed? Love you. I'll have the live posted tomorrow by morning, and all of the information will be on there before I shut down, I promise. Tanya, and I'm sorry that you didn't stay up late. I'm sorry you couldn't stay the whole time. I'm sorry we squirreled off so badly too. Sorry, not sorry, because this is what it is. I accept that we're all neurodivergent squirrels. And nobody's got a nut. All right. Now here's what happens without you deciding it should. So this is your unconscious. We love a good squirrel. I like squirrels. Squirrels are cool. Automatic processing is your mind producing a response you didn't consciously choose in that moment. Thank you, air conditioner. You've driven a familiar route and arrived without remembering half the trip. You were awake the entire time. You just weren't consciously directing most of it. So there's our, that's what that is called. Conditioning is how a response gets established in the first place. Hey, Miss Butterfly, how you doing, babe? Because it translates, we love didn't stay in this way in distant. Okay, thank you. Conditioning is how a response gets established in the first place. One version, something neutral gets paired with something automatic, repeatedly, until the neutral thing alone produces the same reaction on its own. Another version, a behavior repeats because whatever followed it made you want to repeat it, or stops because whatever followed it made you want to avoid it. Love is priceless, unmatchable, and unbelievable. I wish I would tell you love is like the wind. You, hello, friendship isn't about who came first and who you've... Are we friends? I don't recognize you. Swinging by to send some love light. It has been a while. We're talking about consciousness and sub-unconsciousness today. Get back to it. Query in the comments. Now, habit. And I like this one. Hi, Nana Miller. Habit is conditioning that targets behavior. A brain structure called the striatum plays a central role. Once an action repeats enough, the automatic system takes over what the effortful decision-making part of your mind used to handle. That's exactly why an established... That's been a while. How you been, babe? That's exactly why an established habit could continue even when you're actively trying to stop it. It isn't being consciously decided anymore. So, like, if I'm trying to have the habit of smiling and laughing and being a good time and having a good time, and there's so many sensory fucking things going on. The music stopped in my ear, so now I'm being flooded, right? And I'm hearing every single freaking person's thoughts in the entire building and in the parking lot, plus what they're actually saying too, plus feeling their feelings. And then there's trash on the floor, or there's dirty dishes behind me. Oops. Or something under my feet that's slipping. Next thing I know, what's happened? Anybody? Class? For the autistics in the room. Come on, Angel. Am I alone here? Sensory overload. And we go into what is referred to as a meltdown. No, this is not a dating live, and this is not a dating app. I don't know if you're aware of that. There are dating apps out there if you would like to go to one of those, Mr. M.L. Brown. But I appreciate it. But you're not going to find her in here. So, move along. Alright, back to it. And it doesn't matter how much I breathe or count or try to even just remove things. Like get rid of the trash on the floor. Or fix my music so that the song is playing again so at least it can distract some of the sounds. Wait, you're not a mod anymore? Why? It said on my end you were. Not a plot. Huh. Oh. Yeah, but that concerns me. That's weird. Okay, that's really fucking weird, Angel. I'm sorry. I didn't even know that had happened. did TikTok like unfollow us or something? Because it does that sometimes. It has kicked my moderators out of my moderator group many times. Not the group text, but the actual moderation. And that pisses me off when I find out about it, because I'm like, I didn't fucking approve that. Anyway, but you got your mod tag back. So, I don't even know how that disappeared. So anyway, so how long does that actually take? Real research, not the 21 days line you've probably heard, that traces back to a 1960 book about a plastic surgeon observing how long it took patients to adjust to a new face, which was never a study on habit at all. The real number, an average of 66 days with a range anywhere from 18 to 254. Oh, Jesus. Somebody take care of that. That's exactly why an established, okay, blah, blah, blah. The real number is 66 days with a range of anywhere from 18 to 254, depending on the person and the behavior. So you actually have to actively try to put a habit in place. Just repetition, remember? Repetition, right? Okay, so like, how did they get us to remember our ABCs? They didn't just tell us once and we moved on about our day. No, they made a whole fucking song about it and we sang it every damn day at kindergarten. By the time we were done being 5, we knew our ABCs. Repetition. Oh, they want you to buy Clorox this week. Well, guess what? Ad is going to play on every fucking device. You know what I mean? Repetition. You have to actually repeat. You can't just make it a habit because you say, you know what? I think I'm going to put in a new habit today and it's going to be this. It don't work like that. You actually have to work it. Autopilot is all three of these happening at once. Across part of a day, someone isn't consciously directing. A 2010 Harvard study tracking real-time thoughts across thousands of people found this happens close to 47% of a waking day. That's almost half. That's how I learned Spanish in 5th grade. See? Repetition. Yes. Autopilot isn't an exaggeration. It's close to half of your life. Let that sink in for a minute. Especially for us that are fairly self-aware. Especially those of us that, like me and Steve, had thought we were self-aware before and realized we weren't as we got more aware. Let that sit in your fucking head to know that half of your life you're walking around in autopilot. Aww! Did you kiss me a smooches, Angel? That was so sweet. Don't turn it red. Aww. Half of your life.
I just want to comment on that. It's the biggest shock you ever go through. For me, spending 50 years of my life thinking that I was somebody that I wasn't, and convincing myself, you know what I mean, and refusing all the signs and synchronicities and messages I was getting from the universe that this isn't for you. This doesn't align. Stop doing it. We're trying to steer you this way. And I just couldn't get that out of my head. And it's for a lot of people it's hard to admit I don't know who I am. You know what I mean? And a lot of times there's a part of us that keeps us safe by not admitting that. You know what I mean? By suppressing that. You know what I mean? Because that's giving up. That's giving in. I got to keep on. I got to keep moving. And no, it's okay not to be okay, because that self-realization that I'm not okay, or I don't know who I am, or you begin to at least question who you are, is the moment you step into your true authenticity, whatever that may be for you. So that's my take.
That's exactly right. It's like the first step to thank you for the gift, sweetheart. The first step to fixing a problem or solving a problem or fixing a problem is admitting that you have one, or recognizing that you have one. Being aware that you're not as in control of yourself as you think you are. Being aware that you're not making your decisions for you sometimes. That one, that one hurt.
But to come to that awareness, it begins with questioning yourself. You know what I mean? To just start with questioning yourself, noticing yourself more, being more in the present. When you make decisions, am I making this out of fear? Am I doing this to be approved? Am I doing this because I'm just saying this because I'm fearing how they're going to judge me or what they're going to think, or am I saying yes when I really want to say no? Just start to become more aware of that, more conscious of that, and more in the present moment to help us get off of that autopilot. You know what I mean? To shake a lot of those constructs and programming. You know what I mean, that were passed down. And I'm not saying they're wrong, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. It's not about that they're wrong. It's just about, does it truly align for you? That's what we need to find out for ourselves.
Another gold star for Steve. I see Kim Collective enter the room. Hello. Yes, gold star, Steve. Man. All right. That's exactly right. And here's something I was thinking about too. How many people are out here walking around, and we all know about 150 right now that we can name off, that are just so content with being their program self. They refuse to ask themselves questions. Oh, I've been told that this is the way I am, so it's the way I am. I have a funny little phrase that I've said to people 1,000 times throughout my life. Just because you were raised that way does not mean you got to stay that way. Just because you thought that this was what you were supposed to be, or who you were supposed to be, or how you're supposed to think, or how you're supposed to dress, or how you're supposed to act, doesn't mean that it's right. And it doesn't mean that it's right for you. Like, sometimes how many times I've said it in my poetry, self-awareness is a living hell. Because then you're aware of everybody else too. And when you see those folks, and you're surrounded by them, it's one thing when you just pass by them in the grocery store or some shit. It's a whole nother monster when you spend a third of your fucking life in a building with them. And then you're just like, my nervous system never shook before. Never did. Until all this started, increasing in me. My psychic gifts and stuff like that. Like, my fucking family, the people that I loved the most, were some of my biggest abusers. So I thought that was love. I didn't feel danger from that. I didn't feel danger from physical altercations. Yeah, what's up? Because that was love to me. However, if I know that you're evil, manipulative on purpose, and that you're actively trying to cause somebody else to lose their livelihood, their job, their car, their relationship, their house, whatever it may be, just because you're bored today, or you happen to look in their direction or whatever. Oh yeah, I know. We don't try though, Dwayne. We do not try to wake them up. The way that most of us, most of our own personal philosophies on that, hello, moth. Most of our own personal philosophies on that is more along the lines of, I'm going to do me. I'm going to do my journey. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to learn my thing. And then somebody else will see that and be like, they'll be inspired to do it too. How did you get to be like this? Go ahead.
I just want to comment real quick on the ideal that was just brought up of, trying to convince someone to get it or awake or evolve or even see themselves for who they truly are. You know what I mean? I went through that with my mother, and my mother's a liar. She's a narcissist. She's very vindictive. She's two-faced. Okay, she's all that stuff. But I thought once I came into this enlightened awareness that I can get her to see herself, that I can convince her, that I can help, I can force her to evolve or get something that she wasn't on the level to get. She wasn't on that level of awareness. So I it's just about releasing it. And it's really hard with our loved ones, especially with people we love. But sometimes we have to release them, realize they've got to go through what they've got to go through. They've got to get it in their time. They're going to evolve or not evolve whenever they do. In this lifetime, 100 lifetimes from now. but just release that. You be the example and shine your light, and that light will be received and it'll resonate, or it may not. But whatever's meant to be is going to be, and be okay with that.
I have a great question, actually. I love that. Thank you very much, brother. I love it. Love it. My brothers give me hard ons. Yeah. Anybody else in this room? How do I word this? When you're trying to keep your head down, you're trying to do your thing, your job, your way, your whatever. Trying to just, you're not trying to do anything else but go to work and go home. And something that's genuinely just dark and evil decides to lock onto you and has lackeys and friends. So that way you're never safe, regardless of whether or not they are there, because one of their fucking friends is, and they're like constantly casting spells on me and verbally attacking me. Rising Phoenix. They haven't physically attacked me yet, which is really a good idea for them, because I feel like I can still control the rage monster inside me, but I'm not 100%. And I'm not trying to go to prison over these dumbasses. But they're actively working to, well, I don't give the spells power, sweetheart, but I wasn't noticing them until I noticed it. Like, all of a sudden, I was dropping fucking everything. Now I get it, I'm a little klutzy, but come the fuck on, not this much. And I was messing things up that I would never mess up, and like saying shit to people I care about that I would never say. Like, and I thought I had a pretty damn good protection around me that wasn't just put here by me. Hell, I even tapped into David's energy. I was like, David, yeah, I need that. I'm gonna need your purple flame over here, bro. I need it. I called him from across the fucking world because I felt unsafe. And then I swear to God, y'all are gonna laugh at me for this. Because I study, hey Alien T, because I study the psychology of things, especially that. I study the psychology of manipulation and all this kind of stuff. These folks, what they did, they're genuinely trying to make me look like I'm crazy. And I'm like, oh, honey, I don't need you to help. Go away. Let them just make their own decision. They'll figure out I'm crazy anyway. You thought I was saying Alien T? That's cute. No, it's an Alien T. Come on up. Commander T. But yeah, like, how do you handle that? When you're just trying to do your thing and then all of a sudden something just dark decides it wants to come after you, and it's relentless, and it's been going on for months. And of course they have everybody convinced that I'm the bad guy. Move forward where? Y'all, this is a small the fuck town way the fuck out nowhere. You know where I'm at. And there's no other jobs. And the entire town is like that. Like, the entire town is like that. There's not a lot safe, but I'll listen first for a few. All right. So shall we get back into it? Before, does anybody have any answer for that little scenario?
I have a lot of questions, but maybe not.
After?
You're saying
Okay.
these are people in the physical?
Yes. All right. Well, yeah.
My mind goes like I'm trying to think of all these things, and I'm yeah. So I was just acknowledging what you were saying, and I'm sorry to hear that that's happening. That happened to me, but in a different way. Energetically, it's like not even.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's energetic. It's physical. I'm finding pieces of fucking broken mirror in my yard, dude. Like, they don't know me. They don't know who I am or where I came from. They don't have any idea. And I'm just sitting there like, and they don't know that I can hear their thoughts. Thank you for the hard on, boss. I love when my bosses give me hard ons. It's the first time I've ever said that. I say it to brother or
Do you
sister. I
know
never say
them?
boss.
Do you have their names? Do you know where they live? Do you have all that information?
Ooh, if I did, probably old me might come out a little bit. And so we're not going to go there.
No, I don't
We'll
want to
talk
know
about-
that. No, I was just asking you if you knew
Yeah.
that. Not
I
that I
don't
can
know
do
where-
anything.
I don't know where they all live directly, but I can find out. But that's not my bag. Because that's old me, and old me will go straight up into gangsta mode, and we ain't doing that. So
Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now.
new me is trying to come at it from a healed perspective or a healing perspective, and it's harder. It's fucking harder. All right, brother. Now, all right, guys. Let's get back into it. But thank you guys for letting me get that off my chest. It's been bothering the fuck out of me for some time now, and the fact that I am dealing with that in my physical world, and then also, you know, I'm here for people all over the world, and I don't have somebody I could just call up like that very often. So like, I feel really bad for dumping on Angel today. I kind of like texted her and said, "Hey, do you have a space? Because I'm about to fucking blow up." And I did, and I was bawling, dude. That's why my eyes are so red today, because I've literally cried the majority of the day just from stress and frustration and being a conduit. There's no way I could get away from it. It's not like I can just go to another room, because it's still gonna follow me. But it is what it is. All right, so back to this. Where was I? Did I skip some? Okay. Yeah, we did the habit thought, right? Or we hadn't got there yet. I'll just start this over. These three things can feel exactly alike arriving: a habit thought, an ego reaction, and actual intuition. That gave skin suit. Now here's where it gets, habit thought comes from one thing, a single pattern, repeated until it fires without a decision involved. It looks backward. It isn't responding to what's happening right now. It's repeating what already got established. That's basic habit, right? Ego reaction comes from a narrower question. Is this a threat to me, my identity, my safety? It's triggered by what's happening right now, but the response itself is usually old. So like old patterns coming up in you, right? Intuition comes from something wider. Neuroscientist Antonio Damasio studied a patient who could reason through a decision perfectly, step by step, but couldn't actually make one, because the part of his brain responsible for turning lived experience into physical sensation had been damaged. Hey, Farrell! Where was I? Dang it, lost it in the middle of the sentence. His conclusion: the body encodes the outcome of everything a person has lived through as physical sensation. We talked about this in the physical body episode, remember? And when a new situation resembles that accumulated experience, the signal happens before conscious reasoning does. The tightening, the ease, the know you feel before you can explain it, that's in your gut, you know. The real difference between all three isn't how they arrive. They can all feel identical, fast, wordless, and certain. The difference is what produced them. Habit thought comes from one repeated pattern. Ego reaction comes from a threat check. Intuition comes from the widest possible source. Everything a person has lived turned into one immediate read on the present moment. That's a really cool way to think about intuition, isn't it? Being psychically active means being aware you're receiving something rather than it happening to you unnoticed. Thank you for the gifts. And that awareness is intuition. Information becoming conscious at a felt sense, arriving before it's been reasoned through. Whether what's becoming conscious is a person's own processed experience or something received, the mechanism producing the felt sense doesn't change. Only the source does. Now, the last piece, before I get into the last section, does anybody have any comments, questions, stories, blah, blah, blahs, or more things to discuss? One, two, three. Okay. It takes 3 licks to the pop. I can't remember the way the commercial went. All right, now this is the last piece of it. This is ancestral and epigenetic patterning. Now, we've brought this up in a couple of these episodes in this alignment series. We've talked about the epigenetics. Your genes don't change, but a chemical marker attached to a gene can turn its activity up or down. like a switch on wiring that's already there. That marker is called methylation. Not the other myths. Methylation. Researcher Rachel, and I'm going to butcher this name, Yehuda, studied a gene called FKBP5, which regulates how the body's stress hormone system shuts back off once a threat is passed. She tested blood from 32 Holocaust survivors, my family, and 22 of their adult children, and found methylation changes at the same site on that gene in both generations. Trauma experienced before a child is even conceived showed up as a biological marker in the next generation. Her own conclusion: what happened to a parent or even a grandparent can shape a person at a molecular level. So some of my theories are ringing true, boys and girls. Thank you, boss, for coming in and sharing all that love, man. I love that. I appreciate that very much. Worth saying, and this remains one of the most debated areas in the field, trauma also passes down through environment and behavior, separate from any biological marker, and most researchers describe it as likely both. A pattern that feels like it belongs only to you may have started further back than your own life did. That isn't a metaphor. It is scientifically measured. And I think it's about time we land this plane. What, does anybody got anything to say so far before I close her out? Ooh, and right on time, too. It's 10:01.
Nope, I think our fingerprints don't change. That's I heard. Our fingerprints and our...
Well, what if you got a scratch, a scar, or a burn?
I don't know. I'm just saying there are certain factors from each lifetime that I've heard that it remains unchanged, which I find very interesting. But yeah.
Your fingerprint
I don't know if it's
from
true
one
or
life
not.
to the next?
Well, that's what I wrote down, and I can go back and look at it. There were two other things, but I'm not like 100% on that. But yeah, I don't know. I found it kind of crazy. Like, that doesn't make sense. But
yeah, because what if you were a cat in this life, or a Lumerian in that life, or a tree in the next life? You know, like
maybe they're talking fingerprints on a whole nother level. Maybe it's something having to do with something reminiscent of fingerprints. I don't know. Could be.
Thanks for that. I'm going to be rolling that around in my head for the rest of the week. I love it. All right, cool. That's awesome, man. I'm going to dissect the hell of it. I do have a poem that I wanted to share with you guys before the end of before I close out the live, just because the poem, I feel like, is exactly what this entire episode was about. If that's okay with y'all, if y'all would like to stay for that. So, I think it is about time we land this plane. Consciousness stays an open question on purpose. The hard problem never got answered here, because nobody has answered it anywhere. Not yet. It's not just missing from this episode, it's just the honest state of the research. Unconsciousness, on the other hand, turned out to be far more explainable than most people assume. Habit, conditioning, automatic thought, intuition, even what your own bloodline may have passed down before you were born. All of it has research behind it. An actual mechanism producing it. Not mystery for its own sake, just parts of you that hadn't been explained yet. I told you guys we would be tackling consciousness and unconsciousness back during the ego and intuition episode. Next week, we're questioning something even bigger and diving even deeper into this alignment series. So join me next Tuesday, August 11th, 2026 at 8 p.m. Central Time Zone when we begin episode 15 of the alignment series for a slightly more interactive and controversial topic. When we explore the idea of we are one, and who am I if we are all one? That one's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm not even done writing the script on that one. I'm like way behind, guys. But that one's going to be fun and exciting. So what did everybody think about the information so far while I pull out my poetry book? Oh, all my art supplies. Ugly. And hey, Beaner, you're late to class. Anybody? No? Who dropped already? Corn stalks amongst the other corn stalks in the field. Nobody has anything to say about any of the stuff we learned tonight? All right, y'all suck. Y'all suck. Y'all are awesome. This was absolutely riveting class. Absolutely loved it. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say that it was just confirmation after confirmation. Things that I have felt and lived throughout at least the last 45 minutes of everything you said. And I feel blessed to have found a panel where you can talk about things that don't fit in with other things, which we all experience that we can't really explain. And I'm grateful that you are putting it out there for all of us and giving us a chance to open our heart to other people, which can be hard for us. As you know, this is my first time up talking. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
First of all, thank you too. Thank you too. Thank you guys, because seriously, I've looked my entire life for people that I could bring just cockamamie, wild, out of left field kinds of questions about who we are and what we're here to do. I've had these things in my head most of my life, and every single question has come up with another set of questions. And of course, I was in an area of the world where that was frowned upon big time. So it is such a blessing to me, and I'm so grateful that I have this group of people on the internet, on the little tiki-talkie, that I can have these conversations with that are just as open and curious and questioning as I am, and more so are not afraid to ask those questions, because I don't know if some of y'all may have had some similar experiences that I did where those questions were not allowed. And so fucking freeing and empowering to be able to finally have people that we can have these conversations with. It is so relieving. It's a relief. I almost started crying. I don't feel alone anymore. I mean, you have no idea. I have no idea how badly I wanted to not feel alone. So I am so grateful for you guys. And thank you guys for continuing to come to class and giving me a reason to keep doing this. All right, y'all ready for a poem? Some of you may have already heard it, but I wanted to just read this one. Actually, I wanted to read Who Are You first, but then I was like, let me do this one instead. Get off me. Ow! Just got bugged. Anyway. I'll take it for the heart on. Voltage! What's up, Lisa? How you doing, boo? Good to see you. Anyway, I figured like this poem fit better than the Who Are You one, even though Who Are You should have been here. I think I'm gonna save Who Are You for next week. Whether we realize it or not, we are never truly alone. Yeah, that's disturbing too, a little bit. So don't you think? Are they watching me when I'm taking a shower? What about when I'm doing the master?
Yes, they are. They watch everything. You're never alone.
Gross.
I have to say privacy when I'm changing.
Wait, that works?
It helps
I
me.
was today years old.
It helps me. I say privacy, please.
What, do they turn their little ghosty bags?
Maybe, you know what? Maybe it changes my state of awareness. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Seems like, wait, they respect privacy? Love that. All right, so let me read this poem, and then if anybody has anything else to say or any goodbyes or anything, we'll go ahead and do that. If not, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down so that way I can continue on about my evening and get off this awful bra and all this makeup because I hate wearing it. You paid off my she shed today. What? Can I come live in it? I've always wanted a she shed. So, hello, Eric Platinum Official. I don't know who you are, so I don't know why it's official, but sometimes it's important to give yourself titles. Okay. The Teacher's Burden. I wrote this 11 a.m. Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. The spiritual and personal growth communities. Hey, Dwayne, you brought a friend in the house? Nice. In a row, it's a row house, but Crystal's, you know. Oh yeah. Okay. That's awesome. Sorry. The spiritual and personal growth communities, like weaving words that make pretty things. Promises of healing your inner child, but adhering to traditions was never your style. It's kind of ridiculous how much is claimed that you can heal from your guilt and shame through breath work, meditation, and journaling, and somehow you're supposed to stop spiraling. Sit in the silence and self-reflect. Now, take a compliment, don't deflect. And subscribe to toxic positivity, since you just found out you're a starseed. I'm sorry, light worker or ground crew. How many light languages are coming through? A few years ago, you were an atheist, and your old self would have laughed at this. You never have believed in God, but now you actually think you are one? What the hell is really going on in here? Oh, what? Yeah. It's crazy how much can change in a year. All the connections you once cherished. So many friendships that have since perished. It almost doesn't seem like it's fair to forget who you are and be self-aware. It's disorienting not to recognize the person who's currently living your life, especially since living isn't what you're doing. So obsessed with what you're pursuing. But do you even know what you're looking for? How do you heal when your body kept score? Daily practices to take up your time so you can control the thoughts in your mind. But what was wrong with the person you were? Did you not like to be her anymore? I get it. Self-hate is your comfort zone. But who are you now? Do you even know? So tell me, friend, what good did it do to become self-aware and not know you? I'm asking because I don't understand how you could possibly know who I am. What if you're wrong and it's too late to find yourself if you lost your way? You never cared to be part of the crowd, so what makes you think they'll follow you now? Never went to college, don't have a degree, so what exactly gives you authority to make the assumption you know the way? How do you know you won't lead them astray? Is there a destination? There's not even a path. Do your followers even realize that? You're telling a story without any proof. What makes you think that you know the truth? Are you telling me that what you just said all came from the voices in your head? Yeah, okay, sure. That makes perfect sense. Are you changing the world or just full of shit? Don't forget to perform and put on a show to keep their attention on personal growth. To call it spiritual seems like a facade. You're not even qualified to apply for this job. You're saying you found it in human design? The cross of upheaval gives you the right? Well, what if you're martyred by those in control? Or just disappear and we'll never know? These are all the questions I had to ask while having a meeting with the looking glass. That's a part one of, there's two more after it too, but they're shorter and different, but it's a series, but I just really like that first one a lot. I like the last one a lot too. Anyway, what do you think? Did it fit tonight's topic? Come on. I deflect my own compliment to myself. Go ahead, Michelle.
No, I was just going to say that's a beautiful poem.
Really?
I liked it. So,
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Does anybody have anything else they want to say? Goodbyes or questions or stories or something they want to share? Now it's time.
Thank you. I want to say thank you for providing this platform. I want to say thank you for sharing your story, your wisdom. Thank you for your authenticity, and I just appreciate you. And and everybody who joined, everybody's perspective.
Steve, and I thank you, man. You're like the first person on this platform that thinks the same way my brain thinks, but like is calm. Because I'm not. Let's face it. I am not calm. And this, what you guys get on this live, this is calm. This is my calm. Y'all should see me when I'm real wound up. and I am very, very, very grateful for you guys. Each and every one of you. You all bring something magnificent to this table. And you all give me so much inspiration. You have no idea. I would not. I put myself through hell. I put myself through hell to write these scripts, to do this research, and while I'm dealing with actual life too. And, everything else that I do, but it's not easy. And that's why I had to bring it down to once a week, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it more often than that. Once a week was all I could pull. But every single week I would tell myself, when I get to that frustrated point in my research or my writing or whatever, I'm like, you know what, fuck this. This doesn't fucking matter. God, fuck all this shit, man. Fuck. And I'm just mad. For no reason mad. I'm mad at my own self because something isn't working right. Maybe the pencil broke too many times. I don't know. It's something different every time usually. But I do these practices. Every single one of these scripts that has had like actual things that you can do. Nerves or to help you focus better or whatever the case may have been in each one of them. I have put those practices to work and I have seen that they work 99.9% of the time, except for one. And that is the autistic meltdown. It's a big fucking difference between overwhelm and panic attack and anxiety and an autistic meltdown. An autistic meltdown is a completely different animal, and the only way to pull out of that is to remove yourself or stuff from the environment. It's the only way that I've learned so far that has helped me keep from having an autistic meltdown. And sometimes all it does is delay it. So I'm still looking for that answer. And as soon as oh, you do? Awesome. Hell yeah. And as soon as I get that answer, I will share that answer as well. Because this is my DRUG now. Back in the day, it was DRUGS. But now it's this. Now it's research. Now it's learning. And now it's writing and sharing with you guys. And just like back then, when I'd get the good stuff, I'd run right out to all my friends and share that shit around. Because I wanted everybody to have a good time. That's the way I'm doing it here too. Because I'm genuinely do want to see this world heal. Now, does that mean that I can be calm and happy all the time? Fuck no, it does not. It's not even feasible. Because if you do that, whatever you choose not to feel, whatever you choose to push to the side or ignore or fight against, that emotion, that thought, it gets stuck in you. And it loops. And that's where the worst decisions come from. That's where the worst feelings come from. That's when it starts to loop so much it becomes a repetition and does habit thought formations inside your brain. And the next thing you know, you're blowing up at something that you didn't blow up at before because you didn't feel that emotion. You didn't let it flow. You didn't let it come out of you. You didn't release it properly. You chose instead to ignore it and practice toxic positivity. By the way, that is why it's called that. Because it becomes toxic to you when you do not feel those negative emotions too. Balance has always been the key. And that's the thing. So many of us are walking around unbalanced thinking we are. Nobody else has anything else to say, guys? And I'm going to start to shut her down. Last chance, panel. Tightrope, yeah. I have a song called Tightrope from a long time ago. All right, guys, don't forget, next week. Oh, shit, fuck my lamp up. Next week, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Y'all come on, we're gonna get funky. Funky. on We Are One and who are we if we are all one. I love you guys. Funker, 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 funker. I miss having an opening and closing song, but YouTube doesn't let me. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.